So I got asked a while ago how to make a sun rotation script in CoD4, kind of how to generate one and customize it yourself. This is basically what it looks like. And yeah, so you can download the file from CFG Factory and put it in your main folder. So in CoD4, go to main, just put it in there, anim.bat. For now, I'm going to just open this batch file. You can right-click it, edit, or you can open it with Notepad++, which I recommend. Yeah, the output is set to anim.cfg, so whenever you run this, run as admin, it's going to show a black window. It's not on my screen right now, but it will show a little black window, and it will make this CFG file, which will look like this. And as you can see, it counts from 180 to all the way to 240, to which it ends at seal AVI demo 0. So by default, I've already set the bind to automatically push AVI demo, but you can go ahead and remove this if you want. You can just keep it like this. And as for the waiting time, it's 2 seconds wait, so it shouldn't be that much. Max if, yeah, I gotta remove that, but I'll get on that later. So for now, I'm just gonna show how this goes. I'm gonna go to def map to crash, and I am going to, yeah, let's just go here. Shadows are a bit low quality, but once we execute the anim.cfg and press the bind that is set, F12, F11, my bad, it will nicely transition the dvar. As for the quality of the shadows, you can change that. Sun sample size near. Okay, so default is 0.25. So yeah, I'd keep it at 0.25. I don't know why I had that set so low. So yeah, that's how that works. Really easy. Oh yeah, my bad. Just ignore that. As of right now, it's using decimals. Basically, I couldn't process float values in batch. It doesn't really do that, so I had to make a second loop for the decimals, which is somewhere in here. Yeah, it's pretty much, these are the it's a decimal loop. Nothing really you have to pay attention to. Just if you're gonna use a different dvar, you might want to turn these off if you're like using with our little far end. And you start value at 200 and it ends at 1200. You don't want to have decimals, because you don't, and like steps, you might want to keep the steps at 5 or something. So if you don't want decimals, disable them. So there's one more thing. The dvar we just used, which is r light tweak sun direction, it's a float 3 value. So float 3 means float 3 dvar, my bad. Float 3 means that it has 3 numbers. If we go at r.var end, it's mostly one number. While this script is made for the specific dvar, you can also use a different one. So yeah, we can use r.var end, and we don't want to use decimals, and we're going to go to from 400 to 1200, and yeah, no decimals. What you're going to have to look out for is in the loops, that's where the values are. So percentage 8 and B, this is the first number, and this is the decimals. These are just additional values, so whenever it gets printed to a CFG file, this stays the same. So if you're using one, just a regular float value, you got to remove these. As we don't have any decimals, you have to remove them here as well, and here as well. So we can, let's see if everything's correct. Yeah, the steps we might want to have some more steps, like say 5. Just animate it. Once it's done, it animates our far end all the way up. we can try that out. So right off the bat, I need to have depth of field enabled. So I'm just gonna pass some commands through the console. Okay, it's r.dov tweak set to 1, r.dov far, and yeah, r.dov far blur, let's set it to 4 just to get more. R.dov far start. So our first value, I think it was 200 or something. Far end. So this is where it's gonna end. This is not the preferred depth of field that I usually use. But this is just a basic understanding of how a float 1 dvar works. So if we execute the animation and press F11, oh yeah, right, okay. Seal AVI demo 0. So it started the AVI demo, but oh my god, I have to remove that. Yes, let's remove that. Exec anim. Let's do that another time. As you can see, it slowly fades over there. You can barely see it, but if we decrease FOV 0.5 or something, and we aim at this, and we press the F11 button, you can see it kind of disappearing. As of right now, I don't know how to. Yeah, I probably can like make something that it uses set dvar2 equals r.dov far start. I'm currently working on that. If it ever happens, I'll just post a comment on CFG Factory. But yeah, as of right now, this is what it basically is and how it works.